Chris Vince.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. In all sincerity, can I thank the Lib Dems for bringing this debate to the House? I think it's fair to say that members on this side are more than happy to discuss the NHS and the new hospital programme at any opportunity. And I would also like to put on record again my thanks to all of the staff at Princess Alexandra Hospital in Harlow. And if you'll all permit me, I'd also like to pay tribute to the staff of the East of England Ambulance Service, who I know obviously go back and forth to the hospital. I actually visited Princess Alexandra very often, actually visited it today, and I see a workforce who work incredibly hard in difficult circumstances, and are not only a credit to my town of Harlow, but also to the NHS as a whole. Princess Alexandra Hospital, was mentioned previously, was one of the 40 new hospitals which only existed in the mind of the former Prime Minister Boris Johnson. When I was elected, I found a project without any funding, without a business plan, and without even a site to build the new hospital on. The idea that it will be built by 2030 is an absolute pipe dream. The current Princess Alexandra site is too small, the corridors and the wards are too small, the A&E department is crammed, and it is literally falling apart. We've seen sewage previously leaking into the wards and the roof of the ICB falling down. Fortunately, in this situation, nobody was injured. My speech is so riveting that I've woken Jenny up, so I apologise for that. However, I also want to support the amendment in the name of the government and pay tribute of the work already done by this Labour government. Waiting times are down, and finally a realistic, achievable and fully funded timetable for a new Princess Alexandra Hospital and at least £1.5 billion worth of investment in our town. Of course, in the meanwhile, Princess Alexandra Hospital will need funding, and I have met with the Chief Executive. I have met with the Chief Executive a number of times, and will be with him next week to discuss this. And I know the Minister is already preparing herself from the lobbying that she will get from me in the tea room next week. Finally, Madam Deputy Speaker, I would like to end my speech with something that I think I can have a consensus with across the House. I will give way.
I thank the Honourable Gentleman for giving way. Would you agree with me that the new hospital programme is just one part of the jigsaw, and that facilities such as Bridlington District Hospital and the Alfred Bean Hospital in Driffield in my constituency are much underutilised resources, and we should be making the most of every NHS facility and bringing community services back into those places?
I thank the Honourable Gentleman for his intervention. As a fellow Leeds United supporter who's celebrating me this week, I took that intervention for that, just to get that opportunity to mention it. I will also add that Harlow Town were also promoted on Monday. Look, I think he makes a really valid point, and actually a hospital like Princess Alexandra Hospital is only part of that jigsaw. Just over the road there was the walk-in centre, which was sadly closed in 2013. I think these sort of ideas need to be looked at, that care in the community, so that actually less people need to go to hospital. I know in Princess Alexandra Hospital one of the biggest issues is the amount of people that need to go to the A&E department, and actually can we try and avoid that and actually free up more medical staff to do other things. So I absolutely take his point. But just finally, to end on another consensus, it seems, and I know this is an issue that I think probably members who have hospitals and in their constituency will all be aware of. It's NHS nurses, doctors, staff who suffer abuse at work. And I would just like to put on record that our NHS staff are absolute heroes, and any abuse, be it physical, be it verbal, is totally unacceptable. And I'm sure this is something that we can agree across this House.
Hear, hear.